This video was brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Get top quality razors delivered to your door starting at just $1 a month. Link below in the description. Skip it up and that up. So Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aime would love to see Call of Duty come back. Reggie was asked that if he thought it was a problem that some of the year's biggest multi-plat games, including Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, are skipping over the Wii U. This is what he said in response. I would answer that question in a couple ways. Third parties are bringing multi-platform content to our platform. Watch Dogs from Ubisoft is an example. I would love to have Call of Duty on our platform. I would love to have any of the big blockbuster multi-plat games. But on the flip side of that, Reggie said it's important that the Wii U separates itself from the Xbox One and PS4. I want games that provide a differentiated consumer experience. If you look at the other two competitive platforms, fundamentally, what's the difference? Now, the interviewer fired back at that and said, Reggie, the PS4 and Xbox One, they do have exclusives too that you can't get on the other competing platforms. Reggie came back and said Nintendo has iconic brands and exclusives such as Mario and Zelda, which you can't get on any other platform. He continues, but interestingly, when you look at either one, meaning the two other platforms, either by themselves doesn't have a lot of exclusive content. They have a lot of shared content. Look at it from the standpoint of what don't they have? They don't have our games. They don't have Mario and Zelda. I'd much rather be where Nintendo is, with a differentiated platform, differentiated setup experiences that we can provide uniquely to the consumer. Let those other guys battle it over, which visual representation of Call of Duty is the most compelling. I like our chances of having a differentiated console and a differentiated series of experiences. Now, he's wrong about a little bit, but I got to give Reggie some credit with this article. He got a lot right, okay? Now, in Sony's defense especially, Microsoft somewhat, they do have exclusives. Sony especially, Microsoft, they do have, there is content you could get on the other two consoles that you can't get anywhere else. So it's not that they have no exclusives. The way Reggie was making it is like they have zero exclusives, but they do. Again, especially Sony has a lot of exclusive content. But where Reggie is right is that Nintendo, I almost said Microsoft, Nintendo has the iconic exclusive content. You can hate Nintendo all day long, but you have to agree with me that even people who don't play games know the exclusives that Nintendo has. They know Mario, they know Zelda, they know Metroid. They just know them. It's with minimal effort. You could walk to someone on the street who is not a gamer and be like, hey, name a Nintendo game. Oh, what about that Super Mario High game, that Super Mario game? Yeah, they have that one. Nintendo's exclusives are so well known, they're unmatched by anybody, and Nintendo on top of it also makes great games to back up their exclusives. That's why their exclusives are so well known, is because Nintendo does make great games. He also has another very good point, and even again, if you hate Nintendo, you got to agree with this. What are the Sony fanboys and Microsoft fanboys fighting about the most? What multiplats look better on their console? Oh, Call of Duty runs at 1080p on my console and it has a fluctuating resolution on the Xbox One. Well, this game looks better on our console, and even though we're at 900p, our frame rate's better, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's really what you see the PS4 and Xbox One camps. That's what you see them debating all the time. Whereas Nintendo, whether it be there are some bad aspects to it, which I've beaten to death before, Nintendo is kind of in its own bubble doing its own thing, and they're worrying about different things than Sony and Microsoft are. They're not worrying about, oh, we could be the most 1080p-est console ever. They're just worrying about making games. So he does make a lot of good points. Now, he mentioned something here too, is that they talk about how they could get more third-party games in the Wii U, and Reggie says, oh, we have to build up our install base of the Wii U, and if there's more consoles out there, developers will see that there's a bigger install base and the games will sell. But again, that could do with the fact that the Wii U is a step behind graphically than the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And even though they've differentiated themselves, like I've said in the past, if they made the Wii U's hardware on par with the Xbox One and PS4, I think they would have the great exclusives, the iconic exclusives, and they would have the third-party games that would really draw on people because they know that they could get everything under Nintendo's umbrella. The great third-party games and first-party games. I've said it a billion times, not going to go into details again. So he did make some good points with this article. He really did. And I got to applaud Reggie for, really just kind of saying it how it is. All right, folks, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.